And what up, folks? It's Jiu-Jitsu here, and we have the man, the myth, the legend, Will Weisser. He's starting to become a good friend of mine, an inspiration. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He competes regularly. I can't tell you how many medals he has. Really humble guy, amazing instructor. How's it going today?
I feel great. We just finished training, open mat, so like I got a bunch of good rolls in, and that's like my ideal day.
Awesome. Yeah, and I appreciate your style of teaching and how you kind of give back while you're training in open mat. But I kind of wanted to ask you some questions. So just, tell us a little bit about your background and jiu-jitsu, what got you into it, and let's just take it from there.
I'm a computer programmer, and I actually started jiu-jitsu like right after I got my first job.
Nice.
I've always loved martial arts. I love Bruce Lee movies. I loved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think a lot of kids just really like fighting and martial arts, but I had never gotten the courage to do it. And, once I kind of was living on my own and I had like a little extra money, I was like, you know what, I'm not getting any younger, let's try this, and I started looking up, martial arts near me.
Nice.
And a coworker came by and saw what I was doing on my computer. Of course, I was using my work computer for this.
We have to.
And he said oh, you're looking at martial arts stuff. And I was like, yeah, I was thinking of starting training. And he's like, man, forget all, forget all that stuff you're looking at. There's these dudes down the street, the Gracies, when they have these ultimate tournaments, they beat everybody. I was like, well, you know what? This guy seems to know more than me about the subject, so
that enthusiasm would have done it for me.
Yeah, so I went by the next day, and the rest is history.
Awesome, cool. Okay, so you've been training for how long then, if you don't mind me asking?
25 years.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Okay, so over that span of 25 years, I'm sure your focus has changed in your training, working through the ranks and things like that. One question I like to ask people is, and sometimes they have a good answer for this, that's fun. What was your favorite belt in that span, right? Between now, there's a sweet period, I think, for everyone. It could be blue belt, because you're spreading your wings, purple, brown, black, I don't know.
They were all very different, mostly because my life circumstances changed. I got married, I moved around, and, right. I had a family. But honestly, black is my favorite, because I feel like I've learned more at black than I did from white to brown, and I've learned how to learn, and that just makes it even more fun to me.
That's phenomenal also. Okay, another question I like to ask people, and I know you're well versed in this space because you spend a lot of time. Competition. I like doing it. I know some people it's not their thing, but from your perspective, benefits from competition, what it may have given to you, or even if some of the students you've worked with or folks you've seen how their jiu-jitsu has progressed or their personality has maybe developed on the mat with that kind of training. I'm not
the best competitor. I think that one thing about competing is that everything up to black belt is kind of like practice. So I'm a first degree black belt. I'm not a brand new black belt, but right. I still feel like I'm learning the ropes in the black belt division.
Got you.
But I would say that if a lot of people have negative experiences around competition, right. Maybe they do one, they don't know what they're getting into, it's very intense,
right.
And they end up, having kind of a traumatic experience where they're panicking, they're exhausted, and,
right.
Or maybe they lose and they feel embarrassed,
right.
And that puts them off it. So a lot of it just comes down to what kind of attitude you take into the competition.
Right.
And you can control that to an extent. I work with people and I think a lot about the mental side of competing.
Right.
So if coming to the competition and you're feeling bad, you're feeling nervous, you're having a lot of negative thoughts, you're not going to do well, first of all, and also the whole experience will be bad, and so why are you even doing it, right?
Right.
So, I think that's really important is focusing your thoughts around positive things and what you like about competition.
Right.
If you don't like anything about competition, you shouldn't do it. But if there's something you like about it, even if you like learning, right, because there's that old adage, each competition is a month of training. I don't know if that's true. But okay. it rings true, because if you take the time to look at your competition matches in detail and figure out what went wrong, that can be a really good motivator, right, for identifying weaknesses and fixing them.
Right.
So that's a really big benefit. But yeah, I think like there's other things that you can enjoy too. You can enjoy just having, you know, a day out with your friends, and you can enjoy the preparation of it, for it rather, like the motivation it gives you, because that's another reason why people say competition helps so much, is that you're motivated to train more, and you're focusing more on jiu-jitsu, and then even if you like miss weight and you don't even do the competition,
or there's no one in your division. I'm at the sweet spot of, I was warned about purple belt. I'm in that spot like, oh, you're 150, we'll put you in 185, or there's no one, like stuff like that.
But I always say to myself, like, you know what, no matter what happens, like I won because I trained so much, you know. So it's like I leveled up a lot in that time. So
I like that approach.
So I mean, that's the benefits of competition, and like that's my thoughts about competition, is just like, you know, you want it to be a positive experience. It's fine to have mixed feelings about it, because for every like good thing about it, there could be a bad thing.
Indeed.
You know, like good thing, it's fun to win. Bad thing, it's not fun to lose. Right? You know, good thing, you know, you get to spend time with your friends. Bad thing, it takes all day. It can take a long time to travel there. You know, so if you're constantly thinking about those bad thoughts, try to catch yourself thinking about those bad thoughts and replace them with a good thought. You know, because again, it's mixed feelings, so you have a choice. Do you always focus on the negative, or do you always focus on the positive? Right.
I think that I like the community aspect. I've talked about that, and I like your approach to that. To like, because I've done competitions. You've probably done this more than I have, where it's like just you, right? Because we're not really a competition gym, or I pick a day, I zig, they zag. But the beautiful thing about the community, I always see someone. So I even except for my first competition, every time I go, there's someone I know, and I'm like, oh, I don't have a coach, and someone's like, oh, I'll corner you. You train at that gym. So like, it's nice to see that like cross pollination, I guess, and seeing people come together. And that's really cool for me.
Yeah. So that's like something you can focus on, right? Like I'm gonna see a bunch of people that I don't normally see.
Yeah. Get out there and do something different. Wow, that's really cool stuff. Before we wrap up, if you can do this, and this is probably a big question that maybe you can truncate in the last couple minutes, advice for anyone who's new to training, because I like to focus on that and get instructors' perspectives, like whatever you have, wherever you are, whatever your focus is, or what you've seen in the training mats in your gym, what would you like to tell people?
Big thing I see, I train at a lot of open mats. Like I like to train at different gyms and, you know, meet different people and get different looks. A big problem I see, you know, among just about everyone, is not treating jiu-jitsu like a game. So this was something I realized way late in my training, which has helped me immensely, which is, you know, you can think of it, jiu-jitsu is a lot of things, right? It's a martial art, it's a lifestyle, it's a sport, and it's a game. So if you think of it as a game, like a friendly game that you're playing with your friend, it changes a lot of things about your training, because games have rules, and in a two-player competitive game, you have a winner and a loser, right? So I think a lot of people, they come and they train at open mat, and they do like a they do a thing where they're not really trying to play a game and win. They're just kind of like they say like, well, I'm working on my weaknesses, or you know, they're not really thinking about points. Like maybe they're preparing for a points competition at some point, but they're not really thinking about points. They're just kind of like letting people pass their guard for free, or you know, giving up sweeps for free, or things like that. And I think the reason people do that is because in this game, like unlike, you know, chess or magic or something like that, we're kind of putting our bodies at risk, So if you go too hard with somebody, you know, and you're trying too hard to win, it means that you know, you could pull something, you could slip, break something.
There's a high margin for injury and error there,
So I think the big change people have to make is understanding that it's a game, but you can play it in a friendly way, but still be competitive. So I don't have to, when I'm rolling with you, I'm not giving like 1,000%. I'm not
thank God.
I'm not like throwing myself. No, thank God for me, because I would, you know, like I'm 45 years old, so like my body would fall apart if I did that, right? But I'm playing the best I can play, right? Which means, in a sense, like if I'm using so much physicality, am I really playing my best moves, right? If I'm playing my best moves, I should be able to win without using the physicality. But I'm still playing, I'm still counting points, and I'm still trying to win within the parameters of the game. And I think that's really important, because when you start making up your own rules, right? You kind of like say like, well, today I'll win by doing this. Imagine going to like a chess club on a Saturday and being like, well, my rules today are, you know, I'm just going to like,
I'm gonna move my knight.
Yeah, my pawns can move backwards, things like that, right? It would make like everybody be like, what? But we kind of normalize that in jiu-jitsu. And
I love that.
when you say to yourself, I'm going to go play some friendly games with my friends, right? I'm going to lose some, I'm going to win some, because some of them are better than me, but, you know, I'm just going to try to make good moves. I'm going to try to make the best move in every position.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, like, you start seeing things like your level will just go way, way, way up. And it works. And the thing is, it works in competition, or even if you don't compete.
Right.
You can still use the same framework.
Yeah.
And I think it really helps a lot. And it will help people who are kind of stuck doing the wrong moves, and then they get frustrated, and then they start compensating with strength and athleticism.
Yeah.
Because in their mind, they still want to win, but they don't know what they're winning. They're not, you know, they're not really playing any structured game. So it's like, there really is no win condition for them.
Right.
That's the problem. Once you see the win condition, okay, we've decided on some rules. What are the rules? Maybe it's points, right?
Right.
So the win condition is I have to score more points than my opponent, or I have to submit them. And then everything becomes clear.
Right.
Well, hold on a second. You know, why would I put myself in a position where it's easy for them to pass my guard? I should be in a position where it's always the hardest for them to pass my guard, because then they can't score. And then you start playing from that position, you say, oh, this has become a lot easier.
Yeah.
Right? Like the whole game is easy, and now we have this more subtle interaction of strategy, right? Where like I'm trying to sweep you, you're trying to make good moves, and it just becomes a lot higher level and a lot more fun. And
yeah,
I think,
agreed.
you know, and I think that would help people when they start burning out. You know, around like when they hit their 30s and they say their body starts groaning and complaining all the time, you know.
Like this, where I'm at, where you grunt as you get up.
Right, and it's like, and because now you see the game for what it is, and you see how being more efficient helps you, right? Not only like strategically, but like long term, like keeping your body safe. So that's my advice to people.
Thank you. All right, before we wrap up, how do people find you? Any plugs you want to put in? I know you're on social media. Want to throw your tags out there and anything upcoming for you?
So I'm Instagram. I'm either Weisser Will or Will Weisser. I can't remember which one.
I'll put it in the. I'll put it in.
But you should look up my book, Scientific Jiu-Jitsu, on Instagram. So it doesn't come out until June, but I'm slowly started to talk more about it, and you can pre-order it now.
I pre-ordered. I'll put the link. Is it the?
Thank you
Well,
so
I'll make
much.
sure I'll get the link from you, the official one. I ordered it from Amazon. I know there's places to do it, but yeah, we'll get that from you.
You can order it from wherever you want. It's going to be in bookstores. It's actually published by like a real major martial arts book publisher. So I really hope it has like an impact in the community, because it's a chance to like get some really interesting technical knowledge out there about jiu-jitsu
I
to like
appreciate it. Yeah.
the wider martial arts book community, right?
Yeah, cool. So we'll share that. Scientific Jiu-Jitsu. I ordered my copy. Order your copy. Always a pleasure, boss. And after your book comes out, we'll have you back on before you get too famous.
Yeah. Well, once we have the book, we can go through it and we can talk about it in depth. I think we'll have a really interesting
I
conversation.
appreciate that. All right, folks. Please like and subscribe. You know how to find me. And tap in.